Hey guys, happy Friday. Hope you all have had a good week this week. Today we're digging into questions and comments on my videos for the last month or so. We're starting out with comments on my YouTube videos, and kicking it off is, I don't know how to say the username, so I'm just going to kind of work with it. C. Zyrus Tolentino, 1703. They say, any idea how to get Bedrock for free? I do not know. I didn't know that was possible, although I guess I should have assumed that it would be possible in this day and age. But I don't know how to get Bedrock for free. If anybody does, I'm sure they would appreciate the information. So yeah, drop a comment on that so they can see it. Next question, or excuse me, comment comes from Pamela S8180, and she was responding to one of my early videos where I asked what language you would be interested in learning. She says, my friends and I watched a lot of Bollywood movies in high school, so I thought learning Hindi would be cool at one time. I can say I love you in Hindi. And I just want to say that that's really cool. Like, from a hobby or from something you really enjoyed at one point, actually taking that passion, that enjoyment, and really digging into something that fascinated you to learn as much as saying a phrase, even if it's one that you're not going to use, just taking the time to learn that's pretty cool, and I think that's really fantastic. So now we're going to be moving on to TikTok comments, and to start those out, we have Jack the Muffin on one of my videos said W progression, and I'll be honest, I actually had to Google what that meant. If that gives you any idea as to my age. Anyway, so Jack the Muffin, I appreciate it. I learned that means win progression, or just like awesome, so I really appreciate that. And I hope that you continue watching. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am looking for more support there. Would eventually love to be monetized, but that's a long way off. So every like, subscribe, and everything else, that goes a long way. So that would be greatly appreciated. Let's see here. So we got Preston SNDS said, you sound just like Dax Flame. And I admittedly don't have any idea who that is, but I appreciate it. I'm sure that's a compliment. So I appreciate it, and thanks for your watch. And then I have several comments that are pretty similar from users like Derek, from Javon, from Joe Schmo, from Ronaldo Shots 360, from Lovely Tay, and Ryan, and another user named Loser. All of y'all have commented just how much you love my videos and how much more you want to keep watching, and that kind of support, guys, that means so much to me. I really love the fact that you all are enjoying my content that much, and I really hope that you all will continue to enjoy, continue to watch, and continue to support. I love to see that, and I want to keep giving you stuff that you enjoy. So if you have any questions or comments, please drop those in the comments, and I will gladly respond. I'll gladly engage with that, and I want to give you guys the kind of content you like to watch. So if you have any suggestions or anything you want to see, go ahead and comment, and I absolutely will take that in consideration. So I've actually gotten several comments from a user with the username No. One of the ones I want to highlight first, he said, on my For You page, again, I didn't know that I was on people's For You page to start with, but that's really cool. So if you see it on your For You page, I would absolutely love it if you shared that with some friends, just reposted, whatever. Spread that video around and help me get some more viewers, and especially YouTube subscribers. That would be fantastic. Thank you for your support. No also commented, around like -50 to -54 you can find diamonds. Yes, I can attest to that. This is true. I actually have a kind of an odd method. I will dig trenches through deep slate. I'll start at around -35, and I'll dig a certain distance, and then I'll go in two block deep increments. So I'll dig down 2 blocks through that whole distance, dig down another 2 blocks the whole length, and I'll keep on going until I get all the way to bedrock. And that's a really great way for me to find diamonds, redstone, gold, iron, lapis, all of that. It's a fantastic source for that, and so recommend that if anybody is wanting some of those resources. 100% go for that. And another comment comes from G Snailcraft. Said, I can't wait to tear down one of these things, referencing the trial chambers, brick by brick. And I know several Minecrafters who do this, who want to do this, who make plans to do this, and I actually, for me personally, I don't see myself doing that. Now, that would be an absolutely win way, just like a phenomenal way to get tough bricks, to get all the copper you could ever dream of. And I mean, hey, even as you're mining it out, you're going to get all the mob drops from the spawners and everything else. So there's a lot to be had for that. So by all means, go for it. If you do it, chances are I would love to see some of the video of that as well. So hey, you've got some views coming from me if you do that, G-Snail. Okay, so Jake actually dropped a comment that said, new copper doors look good on your build. Excuse me, on this build. Sorry, I want to make sure I quote you correctly. So, and he's referencing the tower that I've started for my base. And I appreciate that. I didn't actually know what kind of doors or anything that I wanted to use on this tower, but I decided, I was like, hey, you know what? I've got some copper. I can actually do stuff with copper now. So I'm going to give this a shot and see if I like it. And so I threw it on the door, on the tower for that. And I liked it. Jake liked it too. And I hope everyone else does as well. So that's kind of how that went. Okay, so another comment that I saw came from Mr. Drew Robb. He said, Stampy vibes. And, you know, the first time that I think I'd ever actually heard of Minecraft was actually from Stampy. And that was on an episode of Good Mythical Morning, like years and years ago. So I don't even remember when that episode was. But he came on there, they were playing some kind of game or whatever about Minecraft. And I was like, okay. And so once I actually started getting into Minecraft, I realized just how huge Stampy was. And so now this comment, Stampy vibes, that is just like cloud 9 for compliments. So I really appreciate that. That's fantastic and makes me feel awesome with continuing to do what I'm doing. So appreciate that, Mr. Drew Robb. All right, so the next one comes from a user DXIOR. I do not know how to pronounce that, but that's how you spell it. They say, you just gave me a couple base ideas. Thank you, man. You're welcome. I'm glad that I could give some inspiration, that I could give some kind of ideas, or, you know, I guess I'll just stick with the word inspiration. You know, I'm glad that you got some inspiration from watching my content, and if you feel willing to share, I would love to see what you end up coming up with. So yeah, let me see what your inspiration caused. And then, so I've actually gotten a bunch of questions from people, far more than I expected, but I'm going to highlight this one. Goodness, I'm going to butcher this name, so I apologize. G Hidora Stan 64 said, yo, want to join my realm? I very much appreciate the invitation. I really do. And I would love to have time to play with just a bunch of other Minecrafters. I gotta be honest, because this is not my career. This is not how I'm making money. I unfortunately don't have the time, the resources, or the ability to invest into doing that. And I do want to say that I have been considering it quite a bit. And if something changes in the future to where maybe I do start doing this for money or something else like that, that could change, and I may be able to play with some people in Realms, but at this stage, that's not something I have time for. I really appreciate y'all inviting me to that. That's super, super humbling, and I'm very honored for that. So thank you so much. I very much appreciate it, and it's not lost on me, I promise. Okay, so the last comment we have comes from Austin. He said, "How do you get totems?" And I wanted to camp on this one for a minute because a lot of people think it's like, well, raid farms, duh. It's like, yes, that is one source for totems. And that's a very good source for totems if you're playing on normal, hard, or hardcore difficulties. I had a raid farm set, and I just kind of had it going on easy. I had gone to it several times and just was never getting totems from it and couldn't figure out why. And then I realized it's like, okay, it has to be on a different difficulty. But I do also want to point out, for anyone who doesn't have a raid farm, hasn't made one, is intimidated by the process, you still can get totems. You just go to the Woodland Mansions, and anytime you run into an evoker, when you kill the evoker, they drop a Totem of Undying. I don't know if that's a guaranteed drop, but it's a very common drop. So if you want totems, find a Woodland Mansion, search for the evokers, take them down, and you'll get totems, even if you play an easy. So that is one way to get them, so they're not insanely difficult. Now, I'm not going to lie, the evokers are a challenge, and they certainly can absolutely wreck you, but they're not too difficult to overcome. So you can get totems without building a raid farm, and you can also get them on easy at the Woodland Mansion. So there you go. Austin, I hope that helps. I appreciate all of you and your comments, your involvement. And like I said earlier in the video, please like, subscribe, and follow on YouTube. That would be amazing. I would very much appreciate that. And that gets me one step closer to potentially at one point later on down the road, making some money from this. So, and if that ever happens, some things are going to change and I may be able to do more involved content. So yeah, like, subscribe, follow, all of that jazz. Appreciate you guys very much. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. I'm looking forward to giving you content on Monday. All right, guys, we'll see you later.